Hi guys, like I always say, learning never stops. The day we stop learning is the day probably we are dead. Today I am in another learning session which is called Science of Mindset, and it's happening in a resort near Hampi, the historic place, and it's a 2 day training. There's something that I learned today, a small story that really shook me and gave me a new perspective on how people can make impossible things possible. This is the story of our very own Mr. Charlie Chaplin. We have all known him for his acting skills, and we have loved him on the screen. We have respected him for what he is, what he was. But today I got to know his real story. It seems he wanted to become an actor since childhood, but he never really got a chance. So, what he decided was, let me work with a director, even in the smallest possible roles, as in like a spot boy or a cameraman, things like that. And then let me persuade him to give me a chance to act. He joined with the director as a spot boy, and after some days, he got a chance to speak to the director and said, "Sir, can you please give me one chance because I really want to become an actor?" The director, after a lot of reluctance, said, "Okay, I'll give you a small role with a dialogue, and you better prove it to me that you are a good actor." So he gave him a role and he gave him a short dialogue to um, to play on the screen. But the moment the director said action, the entire dialogue that he had practiced so well, Charlie Chaplin forgot every single word of it and he didn't deliver anything at all. The director wanted just that chance and called him aside, and he said, "This is exactly what I told you. You don't have the skills of becoming an actor, so you can never become an actor." But Mr. Chaplin never gave up. He went home and he started crying because he was so profusely drowned by this experience, by this rejection. But then he decided one thing. He said, dialogue delivery is something every hero does, and that's the reason they become so huge on screen and they touch every single one's heart. But I am going to do something wherein I don't need to deliver any dialogues, but I can still touch a million hearts. And that's when he started acting in the Charlie Chaplin kind of silent movies, which became an era by itself. And today we know him as Charlie Chaplin only because of his mute movies. The emotions that he got on screen was much more than any dialogue could deliver. So, this only proves to us, my dear friends, that there's nothing impossible. If I really want to become something, then nobody can stop me. We always keep saying, I am possible itself has the word, impossible has I am possible in the word itself. But how many of us really do practice what we preach? We really have to put it into practice, and I think I'm going to do it from today onwards. Good luck to you too.